right. Thank you so much, Kerry.
Thank you so much. And, of course, remembering Doc Halladay, a day after we learned the tragic news that he is dead at the age of 40 after a plane crash in Florida. Earlier, we were at the Baseball Hall of Fame, the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame, where he was inducted only this past June. He retired a Jay after signing a one-day free agent contract so he could retire as a Toronto Blue Jay. That's what he thought of this club and what this club thinks of him.
And he loved golfing. He loved to fly planes. It was always his dream, you know, in retirement to not only continue to give back to charity, as he and his wife always did.
Box. Let's talk right now with Jeff Blair from Sportsnet 590 The Fan about putting some of this into context now. And I don't know about you, Jeff, but yesterday when we heard the plane had crashed, we didn't know if it was him or was confirmed to be him. For a while, people were just hoping and praying.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people's initial reaction was probably the same as mine, and that was, you know, obviously sadness that the plane had gone down, but kind of thinking, nah, not Roy. You know, Roy, that's not the way Roy was going to go out. Roy was such a, you know, great pilot that it would never happen, and you know, I mean, it's a real shock to people. I mean, to people who aren't baseball fans, it's hard to describe just how beloved he is to baseball fans, as well as being respected to baseball fans in this city. For the longest time, he was the reason you watched the Blue Jays. This is before the Blue Jays went to the playoffs in back-to-back seasons, and yeah, this one really hurts because for a lot of younger Jays fans, he was probably their entry point into becoming Jays fans.
One of the most beautiful things I read this morning was that they didn't call him a pitcher, it was more of a painter, because he was so, it was so much in his head, and it was an art, it was a craft that he took the time to hone. And he wasn't a man of many words, but he did show through his actions what his priorities were: the fans, his family, giving back to charity. And I think that's why he resonates as a human being with so many of us.
Are you hearing anything from the clubhouse just in the last few hours?
No, I mean, you know, the Phillies made some of their players available. I mean, most of the guys now are, you know, sort of scattered hither and yon. But I've been in contact with a couple of his former teammates, and it's, you know, it's the same thing. Everybody says, look, we're all mortal. We all realize that. But, you know, God, it's just, it's so gut-wrenching to wake up this morning and know that Roy, who was always there, right, isn't here anymore. And, you know, it's a loss that'll really resonate not just in Toronto, not just in Philadelphia, but throughout the baseball community. I mean, this is a guy that modern-day pitchers use as a model in terms of preparation. A guy who pitched in the World Series this year, Charlie Morton, he threw out his delivery and tried to copy Roy Halladay's delivery. So when people respect you that much, you know, that's a pretty good sign of how important you are.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much for this. Jeff Blair from Sportsnet 590 The Fan.
Thank you. And